I've been playing music for about 9 years now. I can honestly say that the music department here at Brian McMahon High School is one of the most unique departments I've ever been a part of. In no other music department have I experienced everything that I get to experience here. The teachers are nothing like you would normally expect at a normal high school. You walk in from middle school, where they're teaching you how to sit properly and how to hold the bow properly, and suddenly your teachers are making jokes in class and everyone's laughing at rehearsal, and it just gets a lot more fun. It's definitely not what you would expect, but you get used to it and it's definitely a lot better.
Labor. You know what labor means, right? Labor is what? Work. Okay?
You see that? Say it.
It's just me in school.
Everyone thinks the music department is divided into 3 different groups, the orchestra, choir, and band. And that's true to a point, but really they're all kind of a family. We all know each other, support each other, and we're just there even if we don't really know who we're helping out. I think that's one of the reasons the music department is so respected. You don't just join the music department, you join a family.
Rehearsals are definitely run a lot differently. You get a lot more than just musical experience from them. Like, for our concert, we had this piece called The Inferno, and sure, I could sit here and tell you about Dante and the 9 levels of hell, because we did go over it and we got all that Italian history, but that's not really what happened. But it's what happens after that that makes the department different. Suddenly the department has all these inside jokes about the Inferno and chains and whips, and it's all nice because all of the grades were in it, so no one was left out. The piece actually turned out to be really nice because it had the orchestra do footsteps and mournful wails, and there was a literal chain being used for sound effects at one point.
Last summer, some of the band students went on a trip to Maine to play with the Sousa National Honors Band, and we got to miss school, and it was a lot of fun, and we played some pieces such as Minimal Stances, which is a really new contemporary piece that was so much fun, and everyone was dancing while we were playing it, and we loved it so much that we convinced our band teacher this year to have us play it in the concert.
Chamber choir has been the best experience for me. I've made so many different connections with people that I never thought I'd connect with, and it's really helped me grow as a person. I wouldn't trade this experience for anything.
Opportunity in the music department is to be part of the production staff for our school musical. I was the student music director this year, which meant I got to help our music director to teach music to the students on the piano and just in general making sure they sang all the right notes.
Is that right?
An example of most music students.
So being on production was like so much more than I ever expected. I went in just thinking I was going to help direct and do a few things, and we really got a lot of free reign, and I learned so much about, you know, leadership and everything. And I wouldn't have guessed I'd be on the phone with Arcari at like 11:30 at night talking about, you know, what color the set should be. But every little thing counted, and I learned so much.
There's also a lot of opportunities to perform then within your own music group. For example, every year we put on a musical that allows everyone in the school to come in and audition and get an experience of a lifetime. In the past 3 years, we've put on Guys and Dolls, Beauty and the Beast, and Les Miserables. And the thing about plays is that the auditions are fair. We've had freshmen get the lead role before, and we've had seniors get the lead role before. And it's all about commitment, talent, and initiative.
So what is the play? I did sound, which basically takes up a lot of time. You get the mic set up, you gotta make sure they work, make sure they have batteries, make sure the sound system works. Most of it comes from just having to do the cues. So the soundboard, you gotta set up like, you gotta make sure that all the mics are on at the right time at the right spot, and you gotta follow those so that takes a lot of time. And then you got to figure out what cables need to go where, and all.
What was your experience like being in a quartet?
Okay, so being in a quartet was actually really, really cool because we got to do all these gigs in all these different places and meet tons of new people. And you could do gigs for charity, you could do them for money. So we actually got a good amount of money doing it. Yeah, and just the connections you make and the experiences you have, it's a really great thing.
Here at Brian McMahon, there are two different levels of orchestra. The first one is the freshman/Philharmonia Orchestra, and I'm a member of the Principal Orchestra, which is the higher level. In Principal Orchestra, we play songs like one of the pieces we played was Adagio for Strings. This is a very well-known piece, and hopefully you recognize it if you went to the concert. It was featured in movies such as Platoon.
The music department's definitely like a family. We all help each other out no matter what, even if we don't really know who we're helping. Like, we'll help future generations or like past generations. Like right now we're trying to help the future generation by keeping the music department funded, and we're doing that by starting a benefit concert this afternoon. And we're hoping to raise money for the music department.
So we are putting on a concert tomorrow for the music department because we really need to raise money because the music department doesn't have any funds. So we're reaching out to the music community and anyone who wants to come try to raise support and money for the music department.
People. Our freshman year is Kathy.
Yeah.
Who
Gotta love Kathy.
Viola master. She's the person to live up to.
Personally, I thought Stephen and Maria were bigger influences on my life because they were in our class and they played violin while Maria played the cello.
Not last year, going back to like my freshman year, I think one of the most like influential people to me was like Jessie.
Yeah.
Jessie Clemens. Because she, like, we came in, like, the first day, and, like, she was like, I'm drum major. And at that point, we were like, cool, we don't really know what that is.
A drum major.
Like, okay. And, like, a week later, she's, like, on a podium, like, 7 feet taller than we are.
Looking like a goddess in her dress.
Yeah, it was like,
which is a goddess costume.
It was a goddess costume. And she
It was
just,
Medusa, right?
yeah, it was Medusa that year.
Department, you join the family.
It has been a strange year. When I picked this music, I picked it in the dead of winter when a concert about fire and flames and warmth seemed like a good idea. And now it's hot and humid, and I've got my pre-concert sweat in full force. Splash zone in the front row, you know, okay? I see this not as a sign of how out of shape I am, although it is that, but also it's how hard I'm working and how intense I'm being. And while we're performing, I need you to inhabit this music. I need you to convey it to the audience with the intensity and focus and attention to detail that you gave yesterday in rehearsal. All right? It was fantastic. It's going to be amazing. When we hit that measure 9 in Inferno, I want you to make the babies in the audience cry. When we get to the glorious conclusion of Firebird, I want you to make them weep with joy. Okay? That's what we're going for. Seniors, this is your last orchestral performance at Brian McMahon High School. It's been a long, strange 4 years. We've had good times, we've had rough times, we've taught Connor what a black suit jacket is.
Oh, I felt that.
I know, it's proof in the pudding. I wish I had time to tell you about each of the 9 seniors we have today, because they've done tremendous things over the 4 years here. And the strength of the program that you have now is entirely, well, not entirely, I take some credit, but largely due to their effort over the past 4 years. And so, if you're a senior, go out with style tonight. Okay? We're playing a piece called The Inferno, so play the hell out of it. If you're not a senior, someday it'll be your last concert too. Alright? You all heard, folks, you all heard about, I told you about Jake Noble, right? He was one of you. And one day, he gave his last concert. And you never know which concert will be your last concert. I hope, like, with all of my being, that it is not for a very, very long time. And I hope that your last concert comes decades after my last concert. But you never know. Play with no regrets. Play the hell out of it. Let's go take the stage.